Oh, so much to talk about. So little time. And we need to talk about this guy. I think we need to talk about this guy. No, we need to talk about a lot of guys, but why is it all guys too? There's like one female AMC YouTuber. I guess stonks are a dude thing. Anyway. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's fall in love with Avi Lev, the moneymaker. Yes. Yeah, so this was the impromptu live stream here, so inspired by Gray199 in the Telegram chat, put the link to Avi Lev's videos, screenshots of what he's been putting out lately, and yeah, so I want to take a look at this one. This is the last AMC video he put out. So he's been putting out a lot of Shiba Inu, and so this is Apes Must Know This. Apes, they must know this. So I'm curious to see what apes must know. What must they know, according to him? And then we'll see. Then we'll look at something else.
Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, moneymakers. I want to talk to you guys about AMC stock. So on the anniversary of the removal of the buy button, it's been a year. It's been a crazy year. A lot of things has happened. We're going to talk about AMC stock. All I ask is...
So let's start off with some buy button removal propaganda. Let's get you, primed here psychologically, emotionally on the anniversary. Don't forget what they did.
Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, because remember, likes are for free, and let's get straight into it. So currently AMC is at 15. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's the reality.
I can't believe it.
How much AMC stock price is now. Finally, though, AMC had a green day on the anniversary of the removal of the buy button. Currently, the went up 3.72%. On that note, I want to remind you that I am not a financial advisor, and you should always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. So, is this the turnaround that we have been waiting for? It seems to me that this could be, right, an opportunity.
That does not sound very confident.
But if you've been watching my channel before, you know that I keep my expectations here. If AMC is going to go up, I'm happy. If it goes down, I'm okay, right?
I'm happy.
Put my expectations here, and then if something doesn't happen, I'm down here. But if you look at all the indicators, it looks like AMC is super pulled down. Does that mean that it's going back to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1,000 in the next few weeks? Nobody knows, right?
Nobody.
If I knew I would be a prophet, I would be a billionaire. I wouldn't be in the situation that I am now.
I wouldn't be. Wow. He must be hurting, I guess. I don't see how he could not be hurting. You got the RSI coming up. You got the MACD coming up, I guess. Maybe you'll have a green day tomorrow. Or maybe it was just all just a trap. He sounds sad, though.
This is what we have to do with, and the fact is, if AMC will continue its rise up, I think that a lot of people were waiting to see this change in AMC, right?
Well,
I think that a lot of institutions were sitting on the sideline waiting to see what happened, seeing where the bottom is for AMC, and if this is in fact the bottom, I think you're going to see a lot of people that maybe paper handed out. I still have my position in AMC, by the way.
That's why he's sad.
If they see that it bottom out, there could be an influx of big money back into AMC.
Oh, okay.
Now, if we go and take a look at the short numbers here for AMC, we can see that we're around 20%. So if we're still thinking about the thesis of the short squeeze, they're just piling on, right, the pain.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
don't worry about the return shares, although there were more borrowed shares than return shares. But, that... now, it's interesting that this Vortex screen shows a red candle as the last candle. I guess that's would have to be daily. 1 year, it's got to be daily. Let's see here. Days to cover 2.5 based on volume, which has been lower. So you're looking at almost, 4.5 million shares borrowed. Well, let's just say about 4 million net change on Friday. And then looking at this, let's go to like 15 minutes. I think that we'll see, this is just my hunch here, but, on a relatively low volume day, 50 million, 53 million, probably going to see in the next couple days after the settlement period. And on this 15-minute chart, you definitely, this isn't the full after hours anyway. I shouldn't be looking at it on here. I should be looking at it over on Think or Swim. But let's see now. Do my everything here. So let's see. I don't have. Yeah, I do. who knows in this after hours, but I think you're going to see that there might have been a lot of short covering on Friday. Now, that's sacrilegious. It's, blasphemous to say that around here. Well, around here it's not, but around the apes it is. But anyway, I think that probably going to see more shares returned over the next couple days because of this borrowed shares going up. So that's immediate when the borrowed shares are reported, but it's after the 2-day settlement or whatever that return shares are. So we don't find out about those until they've actually already returned them and close the position and then return them. So but the point is that they're not really piling on because you're having short covering the whole time, which is, I mean, how can you say that they're piling on if it hasn't gone above 21%? Utilization 75%. It's doesn't make sense, I guess, unless you believe that there's naked shorting by the hedge funds. But I mean, that doesn't make sense. Why would anybody take that risk when there are shares available to borrow? There's shares available to short with and to cover with. So yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
And if AMC in the end will start going up, I think we could see a movement like we saw not in June, right? In June when we saw the run up here, but more of a run up like we saw back here.
No, you're not.
January.
You're not. Look at that volume. Look at that volume. That's 1.25 billion shares traded on this day. I mean, how are you going to get that much volume again? That's retail engagement. How are you going to get that much here? How are you going to get that much here? It's just not feasible with the situation we're in right now. That's why, it's really disingenuous to just look at the chart, just look at technical analysis, and say, this blah, 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 and I think it's going to look like this. There are factors beyond the chart. There are factors beyond the chart that are relevant. That's the reality of the situation. So, also, well, anyway, yeah. I mean, I could go a little, I don't want to, I'll just be nice. I'll be nice, okay?
AMC was,
it is Sunday,
literally
so
pulled down from round 3 all the way down to 1.9, even more, right? Let me zoom out for a second. Here we go. There we go. This side. Look, it was.
Wouldn't it have been sweet to buy at $1.90 and sell at 20? That would have been amazing. Would have been amazing.
4 or 5. So it went down 50%. Kind of had the same movement that we're seeing here, right? A long time with the stochastic full under the 30 area, the MACD, the RSI, everything was pulled very, very low. And then a few weeks later, we had the run up all the way to 20. So that was a 10x run. Now, does this mean that it's going to happen again? I don't know, right? If I knew, then again, like I said,
it doesn't mean that.
Profit. But a 10x run really seems nice right about now. We'll see what happens with that. I've been a little bit sick, so that's why there haven't been a lot of updates about AMC. And, mentally, sometimes we feel a little bit down. That's okay. I'm human at the end of the day. But AMC, like I said, haven't sold a single share.
Sweet.
Hey guys, I have a partnership with Moon. If you are interested signing up, they do have a special.
So what must the apes know? Like, what is the point here? What must the apes know? That it might be in the same position as it was 1 year ago? Okay. And then here we are with the promotional. Here we are with the promotional information.
Yeah, guys, I have a partnership with Mumu. If you are interested signing up, they do have a special promotion for me. And once you sign up and deposit $100, you get that free stock of AMC. Also, you can get 5 other free stocks.
Free stock of AMC? Where does it say that? 5 free stocks One free AMC. Okay, equal $15. All right. So I was wrong. It does say that. Wow. So Moo is giving away free AMC shares. Holy shit. What? I mean, this is like a 2-for-1, steak dinner deal here. Like, oh my God, I didn't realize that. Holy shit. Free AMC share. Holy shit. Man. Equal $15. Roughly equal to $15. I mean, I guess they can, wow. I mean, that's, maybe I should sign up for Moo. Get my free share. all it's going to take is one share to be rich. All it's going to take is one share for their $1 million a share, right? So, I mean, I could be okay with that. Shit, I'm signing up for Moo. I might even have it on here. Do I have it? No, I don't have it. I downloaded it on one of my computers, but I'm gonna have to think about that. But at the end, so wait a minute, let's hear this again. I'm like actually interested.
Signing up, they do have a special promotion for me, and once you sign up and deposit $100, you get that free stock of AMC. Also, you can get 5 other free stocks up to $3,500 each. So that's 6 free stocks. I'll get a little bit commission.
6.
Check it out in the description down below. If nothing,
I mean, it's too bad that everything's probably going to crash tomorrow, right? I mean, it says open brokerage account to get 1 free stock worth $3 to $3,500. Is that what they mean? I guess. Deposit any amount more than $1 to get 1 stock worth $9 to $3,500. Deposit $2,000 to get 3 extra free stocks worth $9 to $3,500 each. Okay. So, but I thought it was. Anyway. Yeah.
So you can get 5 other free stocks up to $3,500.
I don't see that anywhere,
each.
but
so that's 6 free stocks. I'll get a little bit commission. Check it out in the description down below. If nothing, you get the free stocks, so that's always great. And if you are interested in trading on the platform, they do.
I kind of want to do it just to see, like, what would they? Yeah, Amazon. Amazon is 35. What is it? It's something like that. It's amazing is what it is. 20. Oh wow. Oh, it came down. It really came down. So maybe they'll give me you think they'll give me a free share of Amazon? I don't even know what's, oops, don't need that on there. Actually, you know what would be interesting to put on here? So I figured out that on here you can compare, you can actually add, they have the short volume data. So you can compare it. So like here, for example, so the orange line is short volume. So you can see when Amazon started declining here, the short volume skyrocketed. Kind of interesting. I just found that by mistake. But every time you see that, pretty much you see spikes in the short volume, which, I mean, obviously not there, but probably was a lot of buy volume there. But anyway, I didn't realize you could do that. Anyway, I wonder how long it takes for, like, could I do it? Could I deposit it now and trade tomorrow on there? I mean, $100 is enough to do something with, right? I mean, they do option trading, right? And let's see, can you find a short volume for every stock on TradingView? I believe so. Now, keep in mind, this is short volume. So it's just telling you the trading volume for that day that was short. So let's go back to AMC and then take this off. Compare AMC short volume. I know that's there because I looked at it before. Where is it? No, it's there somewhere. So you see the same type of correlations there as well. Run up. Oops. So that's kind of neat. What about GameStop? So I'm pretty sure that they are. And in fact, you can look at it on, you can just pull it up on the main thing if you want to as well. So GME short sale volume, and it comes from FINRA. So that's where the data comes from. So it'll just pull it up in this form here. So you can see what's going on here. Why is that messed up? There we go. Okay. Here's the quote-unquote GameStop squeeze last year here. So you can see that short volume was like, yikes, 46 billion in this range here. This is the actual, I guess it was on the decline there. Anyway, yeah, pretty cool. I didn't realize this was on here. So what about something like Apple? In fact, let's put the candles back on and put it in a comparison. I have never seen anybody talk about this, by the way. So this is I'm sure somebody knows about this, but this is an exclusive. This is a Scotty exclusive here. Attic. So see earnings, and then we're looking at, kind of wish I would put the commas in there. It's hard to see how many that is, but it's 31 billion. And of course I don't have the volume on, but now what I did not do, oops, not that. What I did not do is compare it to another source of the data. So let's do that real quick here. So we got on Friday, it's saying volume was 179 million, short was 31 million. So let's go to another resource. Oh. So 179 million, that's correct. And total short volume reported 53 million, and what was that again? It was 31 million. Let's look at a different day going back a little further. 19 million. Yeah, like I said, I haven't okay, so that's, so that's matching these FINRA off-exchange numbers. That's matching the FINRA off-exchange numbers. FINRA short data reported after market close, volume for trades executed and reported to a TRF, ADF, or ORF during regular trading hours. So and that would be off, yeah, that's short. So okay, so it's only a section of it. It's only a percentage of it, it looks like, because on the 28th we had this saying 31.2, and this is 31.2 here, but the total of what the heck? The total was 53.7, so it's not, yeah, so it's not exactly all of it. It's only the FINRA off-exchange one, which is, I guess, makes sense because it's only coming from that, but that's the only, it doesn't really say that on here. It just says short volume FINRA. I don't think there's any other. Just says FINRA index. So anyway, so that's not exactly as useful as I thought it was. However, it's some indication. I mean, it's going to move probably. I mean, you could figure out what the relationship between these numbers is, and see, like, it appears to be, well, this is Apple though. In other words, is it roughly always 50%, or is it 40%, and does it stay the same? Does that number move around? Not sure. It looks to be on here. It looks to be well. It varies, but it's about half, roughly. 16 to 30, 16 to roughly 30, 24. Yeah, I mean, it's a little more than half. So, yeah, caveat on that, I guess. So you're not getting all these other exchanges here. So SIBO, short data, I don't think that they have. I mean, it would be nice if they did. No. Anyway, economy, I don't even see FINRA on here. It's weird. Didn't even see it. FairX. What is FairX? What's NEO? I've never heard of these. Okay. So, yeah, I'll have to. Anyway, securities offered through Futu. That's the.
For order flow, they don't use commissions. You can trade pre-market.
Now, wait a minute here.
If nothing, you get the free stocks, so that's always great. And if you are interested in trading on the platform, they do not have payment for order flow. They don't use commissions. You can trade pre-market and after.
Yeah, no, that's not true. So you see where it says securities offered through Futu Incorporated, member FINRA. Okay. Futu, I did this a long time ago. Payment for order flow. Here's the customer agreement. There's that. So, understand that Futu will benefit from executing transactions on my behalf and maintaining an account at Futu. Such benefits may include payments from third parties for order flow. So, no, yes, they do accept payment for order flow. So, there it is right there. And it's Futu. Yes, I understand it's Futu, but that's who owns Moomoo. Or that's who, that's the guy, that's the people behind it that end up, doing the thing. So anyway, yeah, that's a straight up falsehood. They do take payment for order flow. You can look at this here. Somebody else highlighted it here as well. Payment for order flow. Now they're talking about Futu working with Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers accepts payment for order flow. So even if that's the case, it's this is pretty much the thing. So, and here's something else. Finder.com, whatever this is. Where is it? Moomoo profits from payment for order flow. There you go, right there. So, You know, we got it from Futu themselves and from a third-party brokerage review site. So just pointing that out. But I mean, nobody's surprised.
Market
keeps lying about this shit.
Data. Don't forget to smash the like button.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. I hope to.
Now, so the thing that that was brought to my attention was, and I've noticed this, but like, let's see, let's find this here. I was right about the stock market. What will come next? Will I be right about the stock market again? Let's see. There it is. I was right in the thing, in the thumbnail. A lot of Shiba shit. Holy shit. A lot of Shiba videos. Holy mother. This could change your life. Is this the 1348 moving average video? Probably. The honest truth. I might actually be a prophet. Spelled incorrectly. For either use of the word. I was right again about the AMC stock again. I was right again about AMC stock again. We know why it is dropping. Is AMC stock a buy? 3 weeks ago. Was it a buy 3 weeks ago? I wonder if... I mean... Oh! Yikes, no. No, it wasn't. I tried making money with NFTs. Okay. I quit my $100,000 job after learning this. So he's right a lot. He's right a lot. I was right. It's exactly what we're waiting for. Shiba news. Yeah, before it was only AMC. Why, you need 30,303,030 Shiba Inu coins. It's very specific. 303,03030. Okay? Hurry. How to make millions and pay only $200. AMC stock all-time highs 1 month ago. What? Okay. Like, the video is like, from 1 month ago is like, hey, did you guys know that AMC had its all-time highs in June? AMC stock. This could be how AMC raises money and saves the squeeze. Oh, is he going to talk about a preferred share offering like I talked about? Like Abish Bambino and I sat here and talked about one night? Offer shares to existing shareholders in an offering at a slight discount before offering on the market? I don't know. Probably. Who knows? We talked about that. How to become a millionaire with just $5 in 2022. Wow. Well, that's not only $5. You're not going to get your 6 free stocks. I'm calling people out again. This is all part of the market maker Citadel's plans. Was I correct about Shiba Inu coin and Robinhood all along? Too late to buy. Too late to buy? Margin calls coming. Yep. They sure did. So, you know, he gets a lot of views still. I was looking at him on Social Blade here. So, obviously, a lot of the AMC YouTubers are not getting as many subscribers as they used to. Their video views are on the decline as well. But, I mean, he's still growing. Still growing. So he's got about 80,000 subscribers, looks like. Yeah. 80,000. 11.8 million video views. What is IL on the year, on the, not year. Oh, Israel. Israel? I don't know. It doesn't say. Is that the actual... Somebody help me out here. Is that the country abbreviation for Israel? Okay, it is. And it's the ISO 3166 code. So he's from Israel. Okay. I thought, at first I was like, oh, Illinois. But learn the secret to become easily becoming wealthy. Send $1 to P.O. Box 123, Los Angeles, California. That's like that chain letter thing, or I remember that from when I was a kid in the 80s. But that's funny. But yeah, so he's still making, let's see. Lou said today that it is all over and we'll be rich soon. He said he's been saying that forever. It's crazy. I can't believe they would say that he would say that. I mean, I can, but what I can't believe is that people would actually believe it. Yeah, I agree. Avi's a con artist, and he's well, I don't want to get kicked off YouTube again, so I'll just not say anything else about what I was saying about this here, so I'll just leave that alone. But what does it say some similar channels are? Oh, that page is missing. Okay. Cool. Well, we watched that Short Squeeze channel video yesterday, and it said the same thing. You'll all be rich. And I've heard, where is he? A lot of new channels popping up in these search results too, by the way. And most of them are, coming out with supported videos. Why I am certain AMC is done. Oh, okay. Creative Investor, that's the one. He says that all the time. You're going to be rich. You're going to be millionaires. AMC price prediction, $1 million, single option order. Oh, okay. Cool. Was it a lie? Scammed. Who's this? 22 quadrillion with Rob Bedgian. Was the entire GameStop saga a lie? Well, Trey says it's not a game. It's not a game. Well, he does not look good. He doesn't sound good either. He never sounded really that good. But he, I think Trey is like a good guy, like at heart, and I think he's probably conflicted about all this. But at the end of the day, he can't resist the money. He couldn't resist the money, so he sold out in a variety of ways, and he's still selling the snake oil. But I want to believe at least that he probably is conflicted internally about it. But maybe not. But it seems like he is, to me at least. We got 12 minutes until the future's open, and I'm going to go ahead and get this. I'm really curious to see what the hell happens here. So I'm going to go ahead and get ES up, and I'm going to put it on 1 minute just so I can see what the first moves are. So certainly not advocating using 1 minute charts all the time, but so we should see this should change here, and it should open at 6. So we'll come back to that. Okay, so Avi Lev and Kiev Angelo here. And I don't know why it's showing me all these old videos when I put it in order. It's like I put it in upload date order, and normally I get the newest stuff. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm getting 6 hours ago, 1 day ago, 7 hours. It's not even in order. I don't know what's happening. Put it today here. They're messing with me. See, 4 hours ago, 1 hour ago, 3 hours ago. So there are videos from today. The truth on margin calls. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that monetization swing. Yep, good one. AMC stock Ortex update. Missing shares. Ticker box. Okay, I'll bite. I'll bite on that. Ticker box. Okay. Ticker box. God, why is it so loud?
Hello.
Sounds like
In this video we will be sharing with you breaking news on AMC as well as share some price targets at the end of this video. So stick around until the end.
Stick around until the end. I mean, so I got into a comment fight yesterday / today with somebody who basically just kept changing the subject and just ducking the points I was making, and ultimately they said that they would not listen they would take everything I said with a grain of salt, which I say anyway. Take everything I say with a grain of fucking salt. I don't know, but I know how to evaluate. I know how to look for evidence and try to be objective and stay evidence based. But that's the message. Not that AMC is going to crash necessarily, but I'm not going to listen to anything you say. I'm going to take everything you say with a grain of salt, unless you show your face on your videos, because it seems like you are, in the way he put it, using a quote-unquote burner account, which I think is their, trying to be veiled way of saying that, oh, you're probably a shill. I think you're a hedgy shill. Well, first of all, I don't have a camera. Like, I can use my phone, I guess, whatever. But it's not about, me. It's not about, why do you need to see my face? I have a face, yes. I'm a human being. But the point is, I'm saying, like, at least I don't use a voice synthesizer, text to speech. Like this is lazy. This is the ultimate lazy content. Anyway.
You can always unsubscribe later. Let's get started. Where do you see AMC in 10 years? Let me know in the comments below.
What? Okay, where?
24,000 open interest on the 85 strike calls, which can lead to a gamma squeeze.
What?
I want to give you an Ortex update.
No.
He removed millions of shares already after.
And I don't think they know that. I don't think they know that Peter Lynch subscribed to my channel. No, I don't think they do.
On the 85 strike calls, which can lead to a gamma.
That is ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous, uninformed thing that you could say about. I mean, this is what Short the Vic says all the time, and the other guys. But I mean, is that for the next upcoming option expiration? Well, let's take a look. I mean, this is ridiculous. No, that's not how it works. That's not how a gamma squeeze works. You don't buy the furthest out of the money calls. All right, we're on AMC. And what do we got here? When did this video come out? Today. So what are they talking about? Which one? Okay, so this weekend, this Friday only goes up to 60. The 11th only goes up to 60. The 18th goes up to 85 cases. They're talking about the February 18th. No, that's not going to cause any type of gamma squeeze at all. I've gone over that so many times that it's, Let's see what the puts look like, though. Nothing really stands out to me, but yeah, wow, okay. So this kind of shit, where's my window? This kind of shit is what leads people. I mean, obviously this doesn't have very many views, and I hope that they don't, and, you know, whatever, 26, oh, yeah, this is spam. Anyway, these calls will not be hedged because they're so far out of the money. I mean, AMC price would have to jump up, you know, over 85. They're not going to be hedged at all. So they would have to go up over 400%. That's what this is saying. So, but this kind of stuff, and he's not, this robot is not the only one who says this, of course, but I've been trying to combat this nonsense and misinformation for months, and on my previous channel, because this is what leads people to waste their money on these options that are almost certainly guaranteed to lose. So they're only $4 now, so you're going to pay $4 to buy these. Oh, it's only $4. Well, yeah, it's $4 you're going to lose. So why would you buy it? Well, I'll buy 100 of them. That's $400. Well, okay, that doesn't do any good. You could, you know, if you want to spend $100 on options, instead, you know, you could look at, I don't know, something closer to the money, like the 17 call is only, you know, 110. I mean, I still think that this is, you know, you're probably going to lose money. I mean, and the reality is, even the 15 and the 14, some of the in the money calls even lost money. So, yeah, it's not a guarantee. Anyway, that's absurd. But let's hear about these missing shares. God, I just get so sidetracked from all this nonsense.
I want to give you an Ortex update. Hey, removed millions of shares already after hours. The 6.53 million shares is gone.
They can't even type it correctly.
Today.
What now? What now? They removed shares? What does that mean?
To give you an Ortex update. Hey, removed millions of shares already after hours. The 6.53 million shares is gone. That's from today alone. 6,530,000 reported shares borrowed, now only 3.27 million. Where did the 3.26 million shares go? They're manipulating the short interest from climbing into record levels. This needs to stop. A year ago, they're robbing investors every day.
God.
Before we let you go, please know we are not financial advisors.
Yeah, no shit. No fucking shit, you're not. Okay, Avi had an Ortex update in here. What is this about? 6 million? There's no. It didn't say 6 million. Where was it? It didn't say 6 million. Here it is. Ridiculous. I mean, they're not even saying what it is. Like, what? 3.27 after hours? I don't know. It's not. It doesn't match at all. They're not showing anything here. This is just. I mean, couple that with the options misinformation, and that's just ridiculous. I mean, that's misinformation. I'm reporting that as misinformation. It's ridiculous. That's bad. That the same one? Ticker box. Yeah, we know Matt Kors sold his shares. Come on. Kathy Wood. Here's the ape father about to stuff his face. It looks like. Oh, yeah, I gotta see this. Sorry, guys.
This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm an entertainer. I'm a lover of food. The one and only ape father at the steakhouse, baby.
At the steakhouse. How's he paying for that?
You got steak number one. There's everyone's watching football. It's wild. I love it, baby. I love the action. I love the entertainment. You got a steak number one, steak number two.
What?
Potato number one, potato number two.
Oh, God.
Oh, pizza in the house, baby.
Oh, my God.
Good in the neighborhood. Now, I do want to say something to all the apes. There's a lot of people, I'm seeing it. A lot of apes are feeling discouraged. You know, a lot of apes are still like diamond balls of steel. You're doing a great job. Here's the bottom line. Here are the facts. The facts are nothing has changed. Short interest.
Nothing has changed. Okay. All right, dude.
Right at its all-time high again. It's over 20%. It's talking 97 million shares have to be bought back, have to be covered. And that's just what we're...
Yeah, well, you know what?
You know how many synthetics are out?
Okay, he's getting into synthetics, but, you know, again, where does it state that all of the shares have to be bought back at once? That is the big, I don't know if call it a lie, misunderstanding, misinformation, whatever, but there's nothing anywhere that stipulates that all the shares have to be bought back at once. So, like, look at any other stock. Every stock has short interest. Every stock has short volume. There's always going to be short interest. So this notion that they have to buy back 100 million shares, it's, you know, yeah, it's technically it's true, but they've been buying back. How many shares have been bought back? Go through the Ortex updates every day, and I wish that they had something like that on Ortex. Like, tell me the total number of shares that have been covered. I mean, they have the data. They should be able to tell you that. 100%. So, because you can see average on loan, you can see, you know, all the stats. But, you know, this is another example of Vortex, you know, not really, like, they are leading people on with these numbers, clearly, because people don't understand. Because nothing on there says covered, so people aren't putting two and two together, and they think that, you know, they're just adding more shorts, ignoring the returned shares, which are borrowed shares that are being returned. If they were borrowed and shorted and they're returned, it means they were bought to close. So, no.
And that's just what we're verifying. You know how many synthetics are out there? Forget about it.
Where's the evidence of that? Synthetics. What is a synthetic share anyway? I can't even find a definition of synthetic share. Every time you look that up, it wants to tell you about synthetic positions created with options that have nothing to do with shares or shorting. In fact, it is a way to simulate or replicate the profit loss profile of owning 100 shares strictly by buying options and buying and selling an option. So there's that. But because Lou put this narrative out there, synthetics. Oh, it's after 6. All right. Let's see what we got here. So we dojied out on the first candle. Dojied out. And looks like we're going down. This is the S&P future. Now, obviously, it could change, but who knows, right? But oh. Yeah, I know you didn't go to his protest. That would be a little crazy. So we'll see what happens here. But this is. Excuse me. Now I had a feeling, you know, this is just I'm not trying to be Avi here or anything. I was right. I've been wrong many times. probably going to be in the future, but it seemed like the rally at the end of Friday was a little bit contrived, possibly. I don't know, just my opinion. Just my opinion. Maybe short covering rally. We'll see. Ray says, so you're saying the squeeze is not possible? Well, you know, I mean, I guess if you want to boil it down, I don't see the evidence pointing to that. I don't see it. If that man keeps spending all his cash at Hooters, he won't be able to open a Moomoo account and get $3,500 worth of AMC. $3,500 share of AMC. Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Anyway, let's finish this video, and then I'll come back to Ray's question.
Billions. Look, the government knows they're going to have to. Look, I understand there's a lot of corruption, but they know they're going to have to come clean and pay us. They have to. Because if not, it's going to be anarchy. It's going to be worse than in here. It's going to be anarchy.
It's going to be anarchy. It's going to be worse than in there. Well, those people are excited about a football game, bro. They're excited about a football game. They're having a good time. They're enjoying themselves, not putting themselves through hell, expecting something, doing the same damn thing every day, expecting different results. You know, blaming everybody else for what's not happening. Come on.
Anarchy. I'm telling you right now, I don't care. I'll do it myself.
Oh, he'll do it himself. He'll do it himself. God.
Have to pay retail, all right? And let me tell you something else. Institutions know it too. I'm hearing institutions, they're buying millions and millions of shares. They're loading up the boat. I don't know, people are saying Nancy Pelosi even owns this. I don't know if that's true or not.
Nancy Pelosi. Do we have evidence of that? Do we have evidence of Nancy Pelosi owning shares? I don't know.
Care. Well, all the insiders, all the politicians.
All the insiders sold, actually. If you want to come right down to it, all the insiders at AMC, all the corporate executives, corporate managers that had shares, most of them sold their shares. So that's not really, that doesn't instill confidence necessarily.
Everyone knows. There are hedge funds that are even long on AMC.
Well, there's hedge funds that are long on everything. There's hedge funds that are long, short, as hedge funds. That's hedge, like they're hedging their portfolios. So, yeah, that means nothing.
About shorting it, they're long on AMC. So listen, I'm gonna eat very good now. I love my 8 family. We're going right to the top, baby. All right, Ken Griffin, you're not gonna beat us. No hedge funds are gonna beat us, baby, because we are too powerful. We're too ferocious, baby. And as I devour this piece of meat, I love my 8 family. We are going to Pluto, baby.
What a creep.
Load up the boat. Not a financial advisor, but load up the boat, because now is the time. As a delicious steak, these prices are delicious. AMC to Pluto, baby.
Gross. Okay. Wow. He's hearing that Nancy Pelosi has bought AMC, apparently. Yeah. So even Nancy, Crooked Nancy knows. Even Crooked Nancy knows. Actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. Go with the NASDAQ. Oops. There we go. And Let's see, so we've got S&P on the left, NASDAQ on the right. Okay. Nancy's husband holds shares. Awesome. Nancy Pelosi husband just bought more AMC. How do we know that, though? This is a screenshot here. So this says Nancy Pelosi is recently loaded up on AMC. This says Nancy Pelosi husband just bought more AMC. I mean, I don't know, and that's why I'm asking. How do we know that? Oh, so her husband's fund, Alliance Bernstein, apparently. So it's not her, or it's not her husband, it's her husband's fund, apparently. Let's see if it's on here. Alliance Bernstein. I don't know why they have all these other ones highlighted, but it's the top one. So let's see, Alliance Bernstein. See what we can find on that. Yeah, hold through a fund. Let's see. So this is from. So this is an institutional holding. That's how we know, because and we don't know that they still hold. We don't know that this fund still holds them either, because we don't have filings from the fourth quarter of 2021 yet. We won't get those until early next month or mid next month. So this is as of the third quarter. So effective 9/30. It was filed on the 10th of November, which is a month and a half roughly later, which is when the filings are due. So at that time, there were reported shares, 594,000 shares reported. Yeah, I understand that, Ray, but I mean, it's still an institution that holds it, and that's how we know about it. If she held the shares personally, we wouldn't know about it. Or if her husband owned the shares personally, then we wouldn't know about it. Now, what is his position at Alliance Bernstein? I don't know. Paul Pelosi, okay, Paul Pelosi. Paul Pelosi. I've never heard that name before, to be honest. Paul Pelosi. Okay, that's him. Says operates financial leasing services. Okay. Alliance Bernstein. Wouldn't that be something if it was just all made up? I'm not saying it is, but it wouldn't be the first time. Is it one? Everything's okay. So this is from Barron's. That's. So this is from January 26th. Pelosi stock trades. Companies she disclosed trades in last year include Apple, Amazon, Tesla, and Microsoft. Like other congressional lawmakers, Pelosi is legally required. Okay, so she's legally required to, but everything we saw was from her supposed husband, Alliance Bernstein. And what's famously missing from this list? Companies in Pelosi's 2021 trading disclosures: Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, Walt Disney, Nvidia, Slack, Micron, Roblox, Salesforce, and Alliance Bernstein. But where the AMC at? So she invested in Alliance Bernstein Holding, but I mean, is AMC? Oops, is this is the kind of shit that I know. Okay, so they don't talk about it in this article at all. Let's see what we got over here. So, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. Oops, shit. To be honest with you, this is for at least for my position, at least right now. I'm not crying over spilled milk here, but just based on what the positions I have open right now. But of course, an open down could preclude a bounce up, or precede a bounce up. So who knows? But anyway, so we got two issues here. We have Nancy Pelosi's disclosed trades, which I did not see AMC on, and we have Paul Pelosi and Alliance Bernstein, whatever, which we can see here is 5,600,000 shares. So see if we can get to the. So yeah, I don't need to look at that, but so let's see here. Nancy Pelosi's husband bought up this investment firm's stock. Nancy Pelosi's husband, this is from March 2021. Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, just disclosed the purchase of more than 1 million shares of Alliance Bernstein Holding, a global investment firm. Paul Pelosi bought 15,000 shares on February 18th, then purchased 25,000 more shares. Wait, so wait a minute here. So he just bought the shares of Alliance Bernstein? So that's not his fund? I was under the impression that he worked for that fund. He was a manager for that fund. That's what all these articles suggest. Right? Husband just increased stock ownership to 500,000 shares. Here's the video. Essentially, Pelosi and husband perform insider trading like every single day. Each time her have made, God, he owns nearly 500,000 shares. So no, he doesn't own 500,000 shares. Alliance Bernstein does, and he owns Alliance Bernstein, or he owns shares of that, according to this. Now, I can't connect Paul Bernstein with Paul Pelosi, the Alliance Bernstein, other than through his ownership of Alliance Bernstein through shares. So, I mean, if you this is the kind of shit that's all over fucking Reddit. People make these posts and they don't look into the details. And I'm not saying that, I'm still looking into this here, but the apes are not discerning about these types of details. They're not. They're not. And that's how they get fucked. That's how they get misled. That's how they get led down the primrose path. Because, even though I hate Nancy Pelosi, this is not, this is an ape speaking. Even though I hate Nancy Pelosi, and she's probably committing insider trading, well, she's buying AMC, so I'm going to buy it. I care because I just don't like seeing this happen, and these guys putting out this crap on a daily basis. They're making money off of these people, misleading them. Like, no, not if I can do anything about it. Not if I can help it. Not if I can help it. Or, hey, maybe what we'll find here will support, everything that they say. Maybe, maybe it actually is. But let's, why not find out? It's not about the outcome so much as the process of, truly understanding due diligence and trying to be objective, because, and even coming in with a contrarian attitude, you're gonna, if you question everything, you're gonna eventually, you're going to come to what you can reasonably conclude is objectively true. So then you know the truth, and maybe it'll be what you thought it was. Maybe it won't be what you thought it was. I don't care either way. I want to know what the fucking truth is. So let's see. Where are these filings? I need to see the filings here. These filings. Yeah, but see, Ray, those are the type of assumptions that I'm not, yes, of course they inside trade. All the big money people do. Fine, that's great. But that doesn't mean that it happened in this case. Doesn't mean that you're going to be rich because of it. That's the point. Don't you care about the truth? I mean, can we at least figure out what the fuck is reality here? And instead of just assuming, oh, that's a rich person, they fucking cheat, Yeah, they probably do. They probably do. And I'm the asshole who wants to know. I don't listen to people on Reddit. I don't listen to people on YouTube. We need to figure out what's going on here. Now, okay. She had to do filings. So, where are those? Are they public? Is it here? I mean, and it's not like... Okay, so this is Nancy Pelosi. Transaction type, date. Okay, that's from back over the summer. So that's not on there anywhere. So where's the actual proof that shows that she owns AMC? So that was a filing there. It did not say AMC. Nancy Pelosi buys Google, Disney. That's the other one we saw. So, I don't... Call options worth millions of dollars. Cool. Well, I want to know the truth. I mean, I want to know the truth. I'm not satisfied with this, this laissez-faire, wide paintbrush approach when I'm dealing with money. And I don't think that it's appropriate for people to be putting out this misleading information. So clearly it was not her. Clearly it was her husband. Now, okay. So let's find out that, because everything I saw before says that Paul Pelosi's, her husband's fund. Now, what is his relationship to this fund? See here, here's a tweet by Rogue the Legacy. Paul Pelosi owns shares of Alliance Bernstein, and Alliance Bernstein bought 497,000 shares of AMC. But Paul Pelosi has shares of Alliance Bernstein prior to them buying the shares of AMC. So Paul Pelosi being invested in them isn't directly connected to AMC. Okay. So Toshil Fudzula said Nancy Pelosi's husband fund, Alliance Bernstein, has purchased a ton of AMC shares on July 30th. They will not put their investments in a company unless it has, unless hang on a second, guys, I'll be right back. Emergency here, spilled something. 1 second. Okay, spilled my water here. Yeah, I know I can't change all the misinformation, but you know what? I can try to at least, do what I can. Nobody said I'm trying to change all the misinformation, but people are losing money in this, and people are more fanatical than they've ever been somehow, which is crazy. She gets the information and he makes the investment. But he didn't make the investment. He bought the shares of Alliance Bernstein. That's the point here. That's what Rogue the Legacy is pointing out, which appears to be the truth, because I haven't found anything that directly says that Nancy Pelosi or her husband directly bought AMC shares. He bought a fund that holds 500,000 shares. So that's indirect. That doesn't, no, this is bullshit. Okay? Just increase AMC ownership. No. The fund did. This is a fund that he owns. He just owns shares of this fund. He owns shares of this fund. He's not connected to this fund in any other way that we can find, that we've found, or that Rogue the Legacy has found. So, okay, so a hedge fund, institutional investing fund bought AMC shares or held AMC shares. So this is what Rogue the Legacy is pointing out here. The fund owned shares, Paul Pelosi had shares of the fund before the fund bought AMC. So he was already investing in this fund. Then the fund bought the AMC shares. So he's saying Paul Pelosi being invested in them isn't directly connected to AMC. But, you know, too many people want to believe the bullshit, but because someone makes them feel fuzzy inside. Well, yeah, that's the point of all this. That's what exactly the point. And, you know, I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, but there is a lot of deception, a lot of misinformation. I mean, these people are worse investors because of this. And that to me is wrong. Sorry, it's wrong. You know, it's just not right. And yeah, there's a lot of things that aren't right in the world. I understand. I get that. But, you know, this is how many people are actually trying to speak out about this? How many people are? How many people know that this is bullshit, but they're not speaking out about it? Everybody's just, you know, whatever. They're just going on with their life. They don't care. Or how many people, you know, believe it? So I'd say, yeah, a lot of people believe it. Some people probably know it's bullshit, but they just don't care enough. They don't want to take the time or effort to do it. Well, somebody has to, you know? So I don't even know how we got into this Nancy Pelosi thing. I don't even know. To be honest, I forget. But, so this is... As far as I can tell, that's the deal. Miss USA 2019 just jumped out a window in New York and killed herself. Really? Why? I mean, it's a stupid question. Sorry. Like just now. Oh boy. Sunday morning fall. It says jumped. Wow. Damn. Wait, what floor? 60-story building? Ooh. Yeah, that's sad. Miss North Carolina. She was North Carolina in Miss USA 2020. These, yeah, I don't want to comment on these pageant things, but yeah, that's sad. That is sad. Okay, so that's, I mean, you know, that's what this channel is about, at least, is you know, where's the we know what people are saying, we know what's being said. Oh, good. People trying to save you from losing money on AMC are sus. I lost $70,000 in 2007 on burst.com. Not a single website or person or finance news site warned me. No one tried to save my $70,000. What is the logic there? Holy shit. That is some logical nonsense. So, because people are trying to save you from losing money, and they didn't save one person from losing money in 2007, all people trying to save you from losing money on AMC are sus. That is just ridiculously stupid. People actually think this way? Oh my god. I mean, I realize we're in the thick of it here in Reddit, but shit. Forced settlement is the floor. No. Why they are trapped. Small explanation. That's not small. A message for hedge funds. Who is supposed to save you? Yeah, I mean, and I'm not even trying to save people necessarily. I mean, this started out as fact-checking stuff that people were saying. And if you cared about, what was true and what was not true, then yeah, you could use it as a starting point to do your own research. And so indirectly, just like Nancy Pelosi's husband indirectly owns AMC stock, indirectly, I think it probably would prevent people from making poor decisions, continuing to make poor decisions indirectly. But, I don't know. Yeah, it's ridiculous. A message for hedge fund. I think at this point, it's in your best interest to just allow the MOAS to happen. Oh, okay, yeah. Sure. The downside potential gets worse and worse each passing day. When you're either there or extremely close. They need to drop it to stay liquid, but if they drop it, the dip gets eaten up immediately. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Apes won. Apes won. Just checking in over there. Oh, would you look at that? Shorts still haven't closed yet. I like how they've changed their language, not from shorts covering to shorts closing. Start emailing directly to Gary Gensler. Shit. I don't know why this seems so hard. HODL until they are bankrupt. That's my plan. I don't know why this is even a question. MOAS doesn't involve hedge funds. They will no be playing games anymore. They need our shares to stay alive. Don't give them up until hedge funds are gone. Pretty simple, apes. Yeah, it's not... I am going to keep buying shares. I will do this forever until MOAS happens. I will never have enough shares before MOAS. I am not the only one. I will ride this to zero before I sell a share. I will hold on until the hedge funds are bankrupt, and then I will start thinking about selling. To sell before hearing the hedge funds are bankrupt is to help keep the worst financial terrorists alive, and I will never lend a hand to a terrorist. The shills will try to sway you and will likely downvote me like crazy, but forget about them. Literally, forget them. Buy and hodl is the ultimate attack. It just takes a really long time. Right, Ray? No one thought Volkswagen would squeeze, but it did. Okay? So, in this time, everybody thinks AMC will squeeze. Everybody thinks it will squeeze. Every retail investor who's involved in this thinks it is going to squeeze. So, you know, do you think it's going to squeeze? You know, everybody thinks it's going to squeeze. It's out in the open here, everywhere, on Reddit, on Twitter, on YouTube. Everybody's saying it's going to squeeze. Do I need to take that any further? It's, you know, like, you're saying that you're going to keep buying shares until it happens. So you're saying that this is out in the open. I will do this forever until MOAS happens. You know then what's going to happen then. Wall Street has more fucking money than you do, okay? That's just a fact. They will not let it happen. Even if by some, crazy, there's some undisclosed information that is, proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. They're going to fight until the end to make sure it doesn't happen. Now, that's if there is something, but based on the data that we have, and coupled with the fact that there is nothing anywhere that specifies that all the shorts have to cover at once. It's a instead of a surge, like an instantaneous surge of short covering buying, it's more like a trickle. And that's what the apes don't understand. They don't understand anything other than buy and hold. Now, shorting is not like that. Not everybody got in at the same position, the same price, the same time. Everybody has a different price target, unlike the apes. They're just, I'm going to hold it until either it goes to $1 million or it goes to $0. And it's not like sound investing. So it's all or nothing. It's like, black and white. But for institutions, for hedge funds, for institutional investors, for professional investors, it's not like that. They're getting in at a certain point. They're getting out at a certain point. They have risk management protocols in place. And it seems like to you that they're very irresponsible, that they're just wasting their money. Well, the price went down, didn't it? I mean, the short thesis is kind of validated. It's kind of validated. Like, AMC's not doing well. People want to say otherwise, whatever. We'll see. But Ray, you're not saying anything, my friend. You're just saying all we can do is wait and see. Time will tell the good news. You think the SEC is going to save you? You think the SEC is going to save you? The good news from the SEC. I mean, see, you have a belief, but there's nothing behind the belief. Sadly, that's just you're hoping. You're living on a prayer, like Bon Jovi said. You're living on a hope and prayer. Because there's more regulation in the market now than there's ever been. More regulation in the market there's ever been. And if you consider the fact that there's really no evidence for naked short selling, any credible evidence, then what is the basis for illegal activity? Because institutions have more money to spend than you? That's not illegal. That's the way it is. Retail investors are individuals who have less capital. Institutions, they're the fat cats. They have capital. They have money. They have endless amounts of capital. So, you think that's going to change because of some SEC regulations? You think that, retail investors have 1/10 or less the lobbying power of Wall Street, the investment banks? I mean, it's... And I'm not saying anything's doing well. Look, I'm looking at the market right now. That's why I have the futures up. I want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I'm betting on, essentially I have, downside positions on right now. So, yeah, I know everything's red. But, that's different than saying, oh, yeah, Tesla's sales were up. Their revenue was higher. Okay, yeah. Apple's revenue, whatever. They're healthy companies. They're cash flow positive, whatever you want to say. That's not the case with AMC, my friend. That's not the case with AMC. So, it's not, it's not about anything else. It's not about comparing it to it's not about, something on the market that's doing well. There probably are things that are doing well, but AMC is down. I just said AMC is down. What is not? Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not. I mean, it's not a comparison. I mean, okay, well, let's do this then. Go that route. We can. So there you go. The market is up. The market is up. Even from where it was. Even from where it was in May. Now, maybe it'll go down. Yeah, maybe it'll crash. Probably will. But, you know, 75%? You think it's going to lose 75%? I don't know. I mean, look. From the all-time high. Oops. Measurement. Actually, now it's, okay, top of the candle. It's about 80%. You know, like that's not just short selling. It's not just short selling. That's, you know, that's people selling. Sorry. It's people selling. It's all these apes that say, oh, nobody's selling. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. I talk to people on here every day who tell me how they've gotten out, they cut their losses, whatever, you know. I don't denigrate them because it's not, you know, it's whatever, it's your choice. But I mean, AMC is a heavily manipulated stock, but I mean, everything is, though, right? When we looked at the short volume, everything's, I mean, it depends on what you mean by manipulated anyway. I mean, short selling isn't illegal. So, but I mean, let's see. Now, let me go to, I have to do it on here because I have to get the scale correct, but, you know, what is the market looking like? Oh, well, it's actually up 5% from where it was in June. So, I mean, you know, what goes down must go up and what goes up must come down. That's correct. And yeah, I mean, true. But you're talking about a company whose fundamentals are broken, who's heavily in debt. You know, it's not. That's what I'm saying. That's why I made the Apple comparison, the Tesla comparison. These companies are healthy, healthier than AMC. But AMC, you know, I mean, what else can I say? It's just, you know. So. Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll go up. I know, and I'm not saying it can't, but what I am saying is that now you're talking about fundamentals. When we're talking about fundamentals here, that has nothing to do with a short squeeze. Like, if you want to talk about fundamentals, like that's not, you know, it just does not add up. And the short squeeze thing is separate from that. But what I'm saying is that, you know, compare SPY with AMC, it follows the chart to a T. I mean, that's what I just had on there. I mean, you know, of course it's going to follow. Everything's going to, that's another thing that's like, you know, oh, look at these stocks. They both run together. Well, yeah, that's not, I mean, so what? I'll add another, you can add more stocks on here. And I mean, I could put Apple on here, but I mean, we know that the S&P is going to move exactly with Apple. Apple is the S&P essentially, but you know, Ford. And you see a lot of the same movement. Of course you do. But I mean, so you're saying that's evidence of manipulation? I mean, how about this then? Let me put Apple and Tesla. So Apple, Tesla, and the S&P. Now, it's kind of, unfair, like, because the S&P includes Apple and Tesla, but, or at least Apple. Someone has to sell to have a buy on the other side, and all these people saying they're buying the dip every day is bullshit too. Yeah, I agree, especially when you have 53 million of volume. That's not heavy engagement. It's not heavy buying engagement, especially when you look at well, I took it down, but the brokerage, fidelity orders. But I mean, even if you come over to the like the chart exchange breakdown, let's see, where is it here? So Friday, long volume 16.1 million, short volume 28.5 million. Now this only has total volume at 44.7, so there's probably something that's not in there, because TradingView is reporting 54 million. So, it's not obviously not updated or something, but either way, I mean, still though, like, that's more short volume than long volume, at least according to this data, almost every day. Now, the 24th, no. 24th, no. So that's the one day recently when you had more long than short. But, I mean, look at that. Yay. Look at that candle. And people would have described that as a bullish hammer. It's an inverted bullish hammer right here. Yeah. Means we're going to go up. Well, that's why technical analysis is limited in what it can do. It really is. Here's another one. Oh, yay. Yeah, it's gonna rock it up. I think I remember it was one of these. I think it might have been this one. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I don't, market crash, market rally, bullish, bearish, doesn't matter to me. I'll trade whichever way I need to trade. The apes are dead set on this thing, going to whatever. And I'm, just saying that's, unrealistic, and you're better off learning, kind of how to trade. Like, it's amazing to me that there's this much misunderstanding, misunderstanding, etc. This much, after a year of this, a whole year, like, it's just crazy to me. Like, I've learned a lot over this past year. I'm a much better trader today than I was 1 year ago. So, I don't, maybe the apes can say that. I don't know. Whatever. It's about being discerning. TAs only look at the past and cannot tell you the future. Yeah. I mean, but you're basically analyzing the past price pattern and volume, and then you have indicators that kind of give you another look at that, and kind of mix it up a little bit, and can show you different ways of looking at it. But yeah, I mean, it's only one thing, and it doesn't include short selling. It doesn't include fundamentals, etc. What am I trying to look for here? Isn't there a... So, you know, it's one thing to think about, where is it? Don't have, I guess I can do it this way. Messing up here. It's one thing to, you know, say, all right, I'm gonna, I guess I have to do it over here. That's weird. You know, put a portion of my, you know, position in this or whatever, and, you know, I'm gonna, you know, take a chance on it and whatever. But, you know, it's with these, you know, fanatics and whatnot here. How many people have 100% of their portfolio in AMC? How many people, you know, have never invested anything before AMC? And they're down, and they think the market's rigged, and they're going to leave the market after AMC squeezes, and, you know, fuck the market, and yada, yada, yada. When at the end of the day, there are people making money in the market every day. Not every day, not the same people, not, you know what I'm saying. You know, you win some, you lose some, but that's the whole point, is that you know how to, you know, kind of work it so you're diversified and all this. So many of the YouTubers make others think they can tell the future, and there you have a big problem with AMC. Well, I agree, you know. And how many times was Avi, I was looking at Avi Lev earlier, Mr. AM 6 free stocks, you know, and he how many times did he say he was right? I was right. You know, tomorrow will be huge. Will I be right about the stock market again? I was right. I was right. Crash. Okay. You know, no. I mean, didn't we see, last night we looked at a Peter Lynch video where he said that one of the worst things you could do, one of the ways that you could, you know, most often lose is trying to pick the direction of the market. So, you know, he's a fundamental investor, and so he's looking for good companies to invest in. So, you know, we could move that over to AMC. I don't really want to, you know, because whatever. But and that's one way of investing. Longer term buy and hold investing is valid in certain cases. But personally, me, I'm more of a short-term trader. So, you know, it's a different approach, but it's still, at the end of the day, I'm looking at a lot of the same things. You know, just looking at a shorter time frame, trying to see shorter trends, maybe catch the beginning of it, see a signal, ride a position, profit, you know, hit a profit target. So that's important. Like, okay, I made 20%. Good. Let me close the position. It might keep running. It might reverse, you know, who knows. But if you have a set of rules like that, you can protect yourself. So, I mean, that's something that you hear a lot of people say as well. But, you know, it really is kind of surprising to me how much of this, like Nancy Pelosi's husband just increased AMC stock ownership to almost 500,000 shares. That we know now is false. He does not own 500,000 shares. He doesn't. He doesn't. He owns shares in a firm that owns 500,000 shares. That's it. But no, this was 6 months ago. So people have been going around for 6 months thinking this. I mean, that's sad to me, really, and it's ignorant. And we found that out in about 10 minutes of research here. We got to the actual bottom of it. You know, I mean, that's, you know, I'm not that smart, really. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just taking my time and trying to, you know, not to have an outcome already in my head when I go in. Now, I have to admit, it's hard to do that. And especially for me in this case, because so much of this stuff has been like this. So much of it has. So, you know, if anything, I'll admit it. I'm probably a little bit biased the other way, but I will admit when I'm wrong. I will go into the research, you know, with an open mind. And wherever it goes, I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna deceive myself or others about it. And if it's not true, then I'm going to say it's not true. And you know what? That's just something you have to deal with. Not everything is going to support. Isn't that kind of a red flag? Like everything supports this MOAS. There's no information out there that you'll see that anybody talks about. It's like, hey guys, you know what? I believe in the MOAS, but I found this, and this is a counter argument, and this, you know, this refutes our point. This refutes this specific point, but you know, it may be true, it may not be true, but I just want you guys to know about it. You know, if you imagine if somebody did that, and I tried to do this kind of stuff back in June, you know, because I saw stuff that was like, wait a minute, like that's, you know, stuff that I knew wasn't true. And you just get blasted. You get, you know, you probably won't get yourself, well, yes, you could get yourself banned, but I'm talking about AMC stock subreddit. That, because this is, you know, the worst, but I try to be a free thinker. I try to be. I don't think anybody, you know, necessarily is to the degree that we want to be, but so, you know, here's a repost of some amazing DD from months ago, talking about why the $500,000 floor is mathematically possible. So the geometric mean, oh boy, I remember that. Review Dork talked about that, and that was one of the first debunking videos that I did back in the day. And he actually subscribed to me afterwards. He did. He was a subscriber of mine. But anyway, this doesn't actually prove anything, because it all goes back to this nonsense about how many shares are out there. So there's no way to know how many apes own how many shares until AA releases that on July 29th. Well, we know that now. He said that there's, you know, no more shares than there should be. So the problem is that free thinking only supports the stupid. Trump really exposed the underbelly of the United States. Sadly, yes. Yep. I mean, I agree with you, Model 3 dude. Model 3 dude said that, not me. Yeah, I was just talking to my mom about this earlier, because I saw a really interesting interview with Ari Melber, I think that's his name, was talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they were talking about that movie Don't Look Up. And I remember when that came out, because the apes were, it was, what was it? It was like, I know that I can search for it on Reddit here, and it'll come right up. Because they talked about of course, multiple hints toward the stock market. Yeah. The film Don't Look Up reminds me of MOAS. So it was, they talked about because it was a Netflix movie, I think, or something. It was released in the theater as well, or whatever. But they were talking about that movie and how everybody was convinced, everybody was under the propaganda spell, not to look up, not that this comet was going to hit the Earth, and it's literally hitting that, and how it's kind of like a modern day take on Idiocracy, sort of. And I haven't seen it. She has. And I saw that interview last night, and I was talking to her on the phone earlier about it, and we were talking about that specific thing. So I think I'm going to watch it at some point. Be the first movie I've watched in a while. But yeah, like, you can convince somebody with statistics all day long, especially conclusions. Hedgies are fuck. Okay, that's a good conclusion. Selling on the way up is for sociopathic cunts. Like, okay, let's bleed them dry. They were ready to bankrupt companies and put tens of thousands out of work during a pandemic. Well, I mean, AMC was closed most of 2021 anyway, until the vaccines came out. I'm sorry, closed most of 2020 until the vaccines came out. Payment for order flow becoming illegal. Then you wouldn't have been trading. A lot of these people would not have been trading, because you wouldn't have your free brokerages, your free trading accounts and whatnot. So you can look at it as something that should be illegal, but it's arguably one of the major things that led to this thing happening and all this engagement. Blockchain, up in the air. Then tell your recruits. So here's recruiting for the cult recruiting right here. And they're telling people to go vote, and that's the Say Technologies vote count. This is what this is all centered on. And nothing says that it's mathematically possible. It's just, it's all predicated on the fact that they think that there are more shares than there should be. They think that there's 2.6 billion shares owned by apes. I mean, this is central to the narrative. Massive number of apes with unimaginable number of fake shares could be the catalyst we need to rocket. Was this posted originally? June. So, yeah, interesting that looks like a rocket, too. So, oh yeah, and also Matt Kohrs' scientific poll on Twitter. Like, so you're going to multiply these numbers out. So that's exactly what this person did, which is, I mean, if you've taken a statistics, if I could say it correctly, statistics course, that is, that's not what you do at all. You can't go backwards from this data, not at all. So that's where the 2.6 billion comes from, 900% of the float. Not saying the number of shares is accurate, but it's backed up by solid logic. That's what they consider to be solid logic. Price doesn't matter. Model 3 dude. Price doesn't matter. Price dropping doesn't matter because they have not covered. Don't look up. Their floor is 20 million. Come on. And the other thing about all of this is there were plenty of opportunities to have made money. Some people did, a lot of people didn't. A lot of people entered after, but you could still make money on some of these swings. But you know, because people didn't make money, now they've gone into full greed mode. So, you know, like you get this shit like $20 million per share. Okay, $1 million per share. Okay. Doesn't that seem a little greedy? Like, when, like I said, you could be trading other things and making, you know, decent amounts of money, profit, not millions of dollars necessarily, but yeah, I don't know. Ray says Matt Kors sold out. I believe his position on AMC. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that. Probably. So did Trey. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I haven't seen, not that you know anybody's under an obligation to show their positions, but at the same time, if you are telling people to invest in something that you believe in, and which I don't even agree with anyway, necessarily, all I'll say is that clearly, based on some of the actions that have happened, like Trey giving out $10,000 tips, you know, what was the other thing he did? I forget. Just throwing money around like he's got $1 million, literally. The apes can't. Most, and people jump on me for using the term apes too. Like, not every AMC shareholder is an ape or something. Like, okay, like you don't show your face guy earlier today said that. Like, you keep throwing around the term ape, blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. Retail AMC shareholders. By and large, can't do that kind of stuff. And it's insulting to me, even, like, that these people would do this. So clearly, you know, they made money on that. They make money on their subscriptions and all that stuff. And it's just, you know, it's not right. And the thing, it's like nobody, like very few people, when I started doing this back in July, August, there were like maybe 2 other people that I knew of on social media, on the internet, anywhere, that were talking about this stuff. So I realize there are more people doing it now, but at that time, it's like, wow, these people are getting away with this. And there's nobody calling them out, essentially. There's nobody even questioning it. Nobody saying, you know what? Even just saying, you know what, I don't know I don't know what's going to happen, just like you don't know what's going to happen, but let's look at what we do know. And yeah, then I started looking into it. The facts didn't align. Trey had a video stating he reinvested 100K back. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I looked at that actually. I think the video is called My $100,000 something or other. My $100,000 buy. It's like, you know, yeah, I'm so committed to this, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he didn't start out with that much money. last year. And also he said, he's mentioned multiple times that he was a new investor last year. Like, he was new. And he started talking about AMC and GameStop and all that. And then he like became the face of the movement. He became this de facto expert. And he still talks about the same stuff. That's why I said the same thing. Like, I think he probably does. I mean, it's time for, in my opinion, okay, this is Scott's opinion time. Like, I think he needs to shut his channel down. I think he just needs to stop. He's not helping himself out at all. Like, I don't who knows what he actually buys and sells at this point. Do I necessarily agree? Like, believe that he bought 100,000? Who knows? I mean, maybe he did. How do we know that? Do we really know that? I don't know. Did he show the receipts? I don't think he did. But he needs to, like, this is just getting, it was absurd before. I just keep saying this. It was absurd before, but it's untenable now. And can he just stop? Like, quit saying the same shit, because this video, it's the same stuff. Of course it is.
Remember this day, January 28th, 2021 was the day that the buy button was stolen. Myself personally, I remember.
So, already, he's already conjuring up the buy button being stolen, quote unquote stolen, as if anyone who signed up for an account with a brokerage like that didn't agree to the terms that allowed them to do that. Now, I'll admit, I didn't know that they could do that. But once I started looking into this stuff, I looked at the terms of service, and yeah, sure enough, the terms of service that were in effect then the users gave them explicit permission to restrict the buying or selling of any security for any reason. And recently that was upheld in court by at least 2 cases against Robinhood. Now, am I saying that it's, right or wrong? No. But they did what they had to do to protect their business, because at the end of the day, it is a business. They're not a public utility. They're not a public service. They're in business to make money. Be honest, we have to be honest about that. So if you operate a business and you're selling widgets, and you've sold a bunch of widgets and you can't deliver on them, are you going to keep selling them? Probably not. So, I realize that's a simplification of what happened, but essentially that's what happened. They couldn't, they got in too deep with their obligations, and they had to say, hey, wait a minute, we're gonna, So nobody said that anybody had to sell. In fact, that's what they wanted. Of course, that's what they wanted people to do. So why would you do that? Well, I didn't own GameStop at the time. I wasn't in it. Would I have sold it? Probably not, because, they're only saying I can sell. They're not saying, they're saying I can't buy. I can only sell. Okay, so that'll make the stock price go down. But what's going to happen after that? I don't know. I want to find out. So it was, anyway. Buy button stolen. They stole money from you. That's propaganda talk. Straight up propaganda. To elicit an emotional response, of course.
I was very proud because I'd just gotten into the markets a couple months before that, and I was doing pretty decently well for myself. I'm so happy to see you guys making money, and I am honestly very glad that this community is together on this, right? I put a lot of money into...
Look at him using Fidelity there. What happened? Well, I know what happened. He got a promotional sponsorship from Webull. So he's using... This is Fidelity Active Trader. He's using that here. And then, yeah. No more.
Honestly, very glad that this community is together on this, right? I put a lot of money into AMC, into BlackBerry, into Nokia, into Bed Bath & Beyond, and all these different quote-unquote meme stocks, these squeeze plays, these momentum plays back on January 28th. The money that I had made was stolen. I'm down $13,000 on the day. I was at 46,000.
Now, okay, so let me clarify this. Fidelity did not restrict trading. So now he's showing his accounts here. So I just want to put this in perspective because Fidelity did not restrict trading. The brokerages that restricted trading were Robinhood, Webull, like straight payment for order flow brokerages. I didn't catch this the first time around on this video. I'll admit I didn't catch this. I was just like, oh, he's using Fidelity. But then listen to what he's saying, though. He's implying that he lost money because of the buy button being removed. Now, I guess he could argue, well, because other people couldn't buy, I lost money. So maybe that's where he's going with this, but he doesn't really explicitly say that. I'm just going to go back a little bit here.
Is together on this, right? I put a lot of money into AMC, into BlackBerry, into Nokia, into Bed Bath & Beyond, and all these different quote-unquote meme stocks, these squeeze plays, these momentum plays back on January 28th. The money that I had made was stolen. I'm down $13,000 on the day. I was at $46,000 yesterday. Because that's what happened, right? That money was stolen from people like me, people like you, and many other retail investors that decided to dabble and try to compete against Wall Street.
Well, that's your first problem right there. Compete against Wall Street. Why do you think that's going to end up, Trey? Why would you do that? Well, you were a new investor. You got into the market a couple months before. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You follow the fucking herd. You know, herd investing, hive mind investing. You don't even have to have the buy button taken away. That's a bad way to trade, bad way to invest. You can make money, sure, but you know, why does he think that most people don't make it in the market? Like 90% of people who start day trading end up leaving or whatever. So, but, I mean, what happened? Let's do it here. What happened after that? What happened after that? So here's when it happened. Okay, yeah, it went down, but you know, like, even if you bought in at any of these levels underneath here, let's say, you had an opportunity. If you know, it didn't come right away. It didn't come right away, but if you panic sold, which again is more of an uninformed type of action, type of thing to do. I mean, we're talking about, you know, $20 here. So if you didn't sell, and even if you got in, you know, let's just split the difference here. You still could have made 100% or more.
Button being stolen signifies something very important, and I don't want that to be forgotten, and it can't be. It represents the moment in which retail was supposed to be shut down. That's supposed to disempower somebody. When you take away basic supply and demand, the only thing that can happen if all there is supply is selling. You take away demand, you take away buying pressure, stocks can't go up, they can only go down. What else is that meant to do? It's not meant to make stocks go up. I'll tell you that with absolute certainty. And the buy button being taken away, disempowering people, did the exact opposite. Over the next 12 months,
But it wasn't taken away for everybody. And it did not mean that you had to sell So a lot of assumptions here, a lot of logical leaps. He's probably assuming that everybody did because they're uninformed retail investors. So, okay, but I mean, let's be honest about that at least. The button wasn't stolen. It did not mean that you had to sell, and the price went up afterwards. So this is disingenuous.
Witness some great things happen. I've seen so much education. There are people out there 10 times more intelligent than I thought I'd ever see in my life.
Well, that's a joke. Who in the hell is he talking about?
We've uncovered massive amounts of market corruption. You've seen people learn how to make money trading other stocks in the stock market even.
Corruption like naked short selling, which totally has been proven, right? Okay. Profitable trading. I mean, who's that? Who's that? Who's he talking about?
Empowering other people within my own small sliver of a circle that I have in this awesome community, right? I've watched people come from the bottom and work their way up to being able to profitably trade and live off of that money.
I don't know who the hell that is either. Because most people aren't profitably trading. They're just holding AMC. So, yeah.
AMC right now and all these meme stocks, I like to call them ape stocks, are sitting in a bad spot. It's sort of bittersweet to look at what we have as a current market situation, to look at the potential recession that we have on the horizon and say, well, it looks like there's more pain in the next couple of months. But I want to challenge you guys to think about what's coming over the next year. When this recession ends and shorts eventually have to cover, because that is an absolute fact.
Oh, I was muted. It's an absolute fact that they have been covering, Trey. It's an absolute fact. But because there's no box on Ortex that says shares covered, see, that's what they should do. They should add a box in there that specifies the number of short positions that have been opened, closed, and returned total, like over a period. You know, whether it's, I mean, year to date would be good, but, or year or whatever. Weekly, day, I mean, they could do daily. They could do it. It wouldn't need to be daily. But because there's nothing that specifically says that, you know, they can always just claim, oh, you know, return shares. Well, that doesn't mean that they closed them, or that doesn't, you know, maybe they didn't short with them. Yeah, they just borrowed shares just to hold on to them. So they could pay, you know, an interest rate to borrow something and not use it, just say that they have it. That makes no sense. So, yeah, I mean, it's disingenuous. They're never going to cover, like, nobody addresses that. Shorts are not going to all cover at once. That's not how they work. It's not how it works. Like, that's like saying that all of retail is going to sell at the same time, or all of retail is going to buy at the same time. No, everybody's in a different position. Everybody's in a different position. Everybody has different reasons. So, you know, it's just not, that's not how it works. When the shorts cover. Fuck.
Shorts do have to cover. AMC has a lot of short interest. GameStop has a lot of short interest. Lots of other small cap, medium cap companies, mid cap companies have large short interest. When those shorts cover, I do think you are going to watch a squeeze again, just like we saw on this historic day, January 28th, before the buy button was stolen, before the momentum was killed, before you were stolen from. This day is special.
That's really strong language. That, you know, emotionally charged language. You were stolen from. Model 3 Dude says, people like taglines that make them feel belonging to a tribe. Apes make America great again. Same crap. Yeah. It is. Yeah, they do. They do. Very much so.
It's bittersweet. It's something that probably brings back painful memories. And nobody likes living through painful memories. But it can be a chip on your shoulder. And personally, I carry that chip all the time. I think back on that day and how disempowered I felt and how I never want to be there again. I think back on that day and I think about all the other people who have felt disempowered and how I don't want those people to ever feel that way again. We hold the power to change Wall Street.
Really? You do? How? Buy and hold one stock? That'll change Wall Street? Because the shorts have to cover? When in reality, you don't understand that shorts have been covering? Because you think that everybody does it like you do it? Because you haven't bothered to look at any other opinions or learn anything else and just listen to the same influencers? Come on. What a bunch of garbage.
To make the change that we want, to change the rules, to change the regulations, to make it so that people cannot create these fucked up situations in the first place.
What about the people who got themselves into these fucked up situations? So, in other words, nobody made you click buy or sell. You made that decision, Trey. Man up to it. Man up to it. You win some, you fucking lose some. Now you know. So do it better next time. That's the lesson here. That is the fucking lesson. Not, oh my God, we were cheated. We were stolen from. Holy shit. We have to avenge this. We have to avenge this. We have to change the way it works. We have to reorganize our financial system so that Joe Sixpack has the same amount of power as Goldman Sachs. Well, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They've been talking about regulations all year. One of the biggest offenders about that, of course, Charlie's Vids, who, you know, kind of changed his tune a little bit. I mean, kind of a GameStop elitist, but, you know, he was really pushing those regulations, the different filings, the NSCC 004 and all that crap. Like that, you know, strongly suggesting that it was going to, you know, make the squeeze happen, and etc. I mean, so the regulation thing is, there's more regulations in the market now than there ever been. That's the reality. Is it totally fair? No, of course not. Will it ever be? I don't think so, because our system isn't. And that's the thing. A lot of these grievances are better probably directed at the underlying economic system itself. And, you know, I've had a lot of these criticisms myself over the years, for various reasons, but, you know, I don't, you know, this is not really valid, in my opinion.
Don't ever forget this day.
God.
Don't forget the day the buy button was
Well,
stolen.
he looks like a sad fucking puppy. Look at him. He looks like a sad fucking puppy. This is ridiculous.
Today, I am going to be buying $100,000 of AMC stock to signify, in my own way, what I believe in.
Okay.
And my thoughts about this whole thing, about the last year, have been nothing but positive. Have there been bad days? Obviously. But the education and the connections and the people that we've met along the way signify something. A new market, a new way of life, and ultimately a new breed in which Wall Street and all the institutions could have never predicted, and that is the apes. Remember this day, my friends. That's what I've got for this video. I'll catch you all later. I'm catching a flight pretty quick here. Light taps as always. Much love and peace.
Catching a flight. I mean, how many of us, or of AMC shareholders, how many can just jump on a flight? I don't know. But that was just the word that keeps coming to my mind is emotionally charged language, which and I'm going to have some emotionally charged language if this market hits a new high tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. It's time to pay the piper, so to speak, I think. Anyway, viewers have dropped off because I'm talking about Trey, I guess. But this really just started out as looking at Avi Lev, because he's just, he had that sad kind of affect about him too. But why would you not, why wouldn't you? Chilo 31416. Hello. I think the ape community did a lot of harm to itself when it started labeling everything negative as FUD. I think this hurt a lot of new traders especially hard. Yeah, I agree. And that was one of the big things that I used to say a lot, was that why wouldn't you want to listen to a counter argument? Why wouldn't you want to listen to, points that may not support what you already believe? Because there's two choices, right? Number one, whatever the person is saying, whatever the information is not true, or it's nonsense, or you deem it to be false, and you just, and in fact, maybe it'll strengthen your position. And you think, okay, well, no, I looked at that, and it's not true, and X, Y, and Z, here's why, X, Y, and Z, and I can move on knowing, yeah, my position is strengthened now because I addressed that, and it was false, and, I'm not going to believe it, and I'm just going to move on. Number two, maybe there's some validity to it. Maybe there's something, some part of it, all of it, that is a good point that you should consider. So either way, whether it's true or not, whether you believe it or not, all it can do in the end is help you. And that was the thing that I really don't understand, except that, well, what kind of groups of people don't want to do that? I mean, cults don't want to do that. Fanatical organizations don't want to do that. They're not interested in the truth. They're interested in furthering their narrative and keeping people deceived. And, these people, these guys, Trey, and the other people, they want to keep people engaged for their own reasons. There's my comment. Get some new material. The same grift over and over for a whole year. You aren't changing Wall Street, except maybe lining the pockets, the life savings of uninformed retail investors. What a joke. Yeah. Because that was, that's ridiculous. And then you see these comments, I'm holding for as long as it takes. It's like all you have to do is hold to be rich. Seems like Trey may be anticipating a recession, and shorts will cover after the recession, which could be a whole year from now. I mean, oh my God. Even though others believe that AMC and other stocks will be the catalyst that will cause an even worse downturn recession versus the recession happening and then AMC, I am fatigued from this play and how long it has dragged on, but I know I'm holding my future right now. Like, it's, I'm just going to move on. God bless you, Trey. When MOS does go down, a lot of things will go your way. This community wouldn't be that if we didn't have a few committed big ape brothers keeping us all focused. My firm has initiated a new cycle of buying AMC shares. I can confirm retail investors like yourselves and myself, in terms of my personal finance, are on the right track. So some random person, some random ass person, my firm has initiated, I mean, give me a break. This person has an average of 29. Been here with you since the beginning. We all owe a huge thank you. Can't wait to see what this thing does in the next coming months. Pretty sad when the spam comments like have more truth in them. Sometimes. I mean, look at all these people. Well, this shut the FUD spreading trolls right up. Haven't seen a single negative comment on here. Big up trade, still holding strong. Well, that was 2 days ago, and I left my FUD shill comment 1 day ago, so why can't we do anything legally about this? Corruption needs to stop. Well, they tried to, and the lawsuits were dismissed because they can restrict trading for whatever reason they want to, especially when it comes to protecting their business. So, you know, no, they can't do anything legally about it. Legally about what? That's the exact opposite of what you should be asking. That is the exact opposite. That is scapegoating. That's shifting the blame. It's irresponsible, really. Corruption needs to stop. I mean, I wouldn't disagree with that, but, you know, can you count on that happening? No. So what can you control? What can you control? And can you do something different to do better next time? That's the question you should be asking. Not, why can't we do anything legally about this? That is the foolish way to go about this. Foolish. Because it didn't work. It doesn't work. Because ultimately, it's your fault. I hate to say that. But ultimately, when we have a loss or whatever in the market, you can blame whatever you want, but ultimately you bought, you sold, or you didn't buy, or you didn't sell, or timing was off, or whatever, and that's on you. Could you have done something about it? Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes shit just doesn't go your way. Sometimes it goes in the opposite direction that you think it does, or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, it's your account, your positions, your responsibility. They never forgotten. I believe in this movement so much that I invested all of my money into only one stock, AMC. I could have made at least more than a few $100,000 on other stocks in this past year. I invested $100K at $20 just last week and been part of this since last year in February. I already have 16,000 shares at 6 and 5,000 shares at 20. And would invest another $300K in a few months. Even if this goes to near zero, I won't sell until I get the justice on this. Okay? Maybe, maybe not. Like, I see that and I'm skeptical. And I would never just believe it and say, oh, well, if this person's throwing that much money into it, I can throw, $500 into it, even though I only have $500 in my account. That would be a good way to con people. That's a spam comment, I believe. Well, they really fucked up of all the days in the past year on the anniversary is the cheapest, and Trey drops a watt. Great timing, Trey. Great timing. Oh, nice. I just really thank you for saying what my heart was feeling today. Okay, that's a big red flag right there. You are investing from the wrong place. I just really hate the fact that I got screwed by something illegal and Robinhood got away with it. I mean, I'm a broken record here, I know. And, it's annoying probably. But it wasn't illegal. It was not illegal. Robinhood didn't get away with anything. They did something that you gave them the authority to do. I will never forget and I will never forgive, and you will never be profitable in the market. Sorry. You will never make money in the market with that attitude. Good Lord. I'm in this play because of this community. The markets have never seen this before. The algos were not programmed to deal with this buy and hold mentality. You think, oh, really? You think so? The algos were not programmed to deal with the most basic investing strategy that there is. Really. Buy and hold. Give me a fucking break. I mean, come on. They know. They didn't think that people would do that. Oh, God. I've been calling for influencers to step up their game and show their commitment. Man, what a bunch of delusion. It's a bunch of delusional nonsense. I'm sorry. Not sorry, but, Trey, you are so amazing. You were instrumental in bringing awareness to the manipulation and unfairness going on in the market. I have the utmost respect for you and all you have done for the retail community. We will fight, and we are here with you all the way. Your genuineness is so apparent, and we know how much you care about all of us. And we care about you too. I salute you, and thank you. You are golden. I mean, you think Trey fucking cares about you. Your genuineness is so apparent. How can people be so bad at reading people? She thinks she's going to get rich, I guess. She thinks, we know how much you care about us. All of us. Cares about you so much. And we care about you too. Jesus. I mean, all these thank yous, all this respect. All this, AMC ran from 17 to 70 in a day. It can do it again. It just needs the volume. Well, where's it at? Where's the volume at? Oh, yeah. Right. People don't have the disposable income they had a year ago. So, yeah. Trey, my girl and I love you. We have been listening to you and Simulate and Trade for a year now. You guys have been here for us, giving us the news, educated us. Now it is time to not just talk anymore. Can you guys please sit on a table and discuss the situation and then lead us, apes, please? The bullshit talk time is over. Next step for all of us should be enforce the squeeze or enforce to get the price back up where most of us are not bag holders anymore. Oh my. We are 4 million plus strong. We hold 80% for a month now, and they are still playing games with us. Price doesn't matter, and I understand all of that. Going from 40 to 14 in a few weeks is not cool. We are a big community, and we are strong, I thought. Well, it is time to crunch and fight the numbers. 15 is unacceptable. That needs to be our focus now. Please, you guys, lead us. So there's somebody who should not be in the market right there. That person should not be investing. Should not be involved in the stock market. Absolutely not. First of all, they listen to Trey and simulate and trade. So, terrible. Telling us what's going on, educating us. No wonder you don't know what you're doing. Now it is time not just talk anymore. Okay, well, he said he was buying shares, so what else do you want him to do? The bullshit talk time is over. Enforce the squeeze. That's my favorite, though, here. Next step for all of us should be to enforce the squeeze, or enforce to get the price back up, where most of us are not bag holders anymore. Well, you know, I mean, I don't take any pleasure. I really don't in reading these comments and pointing this shit out. But this is, how are you going to force the squeeze? I'm guessing that's what they mean. Force the squeeze. I don't know. Enforce, whatever. Get the price back up to where most of us are not bag holders anymore. Like, well, you're going to need another ape army to come in and buy. And the only reason you have this ape army that came in and bought is because they had a bunch of money last year. Well, that money is no longer there. You know where it went? Down the drain, down the toilet, or to, in the case of options, to the market makers, the people that you think you're fighting. You know, we're 4.1 million strong. We hold 80% for a month now, and they're still playing games with us. Price doesn't matter. I understand all that. Well, price does matter, though. That's what it's all about. It's the price. So, yeah, I mean, that's sad, really. It is sad. Like, because there's all, these people are all convicted. They have all this conviction. They believe this stuff, you know, and it's not hard to see why. Trey is confident. He's a confident manipulator.
Eventually have to cover, because that is...
Yeah, they have to cover. Like, just drop it into a random spot.
When this recession ends, and shorts eventually have to cover, because that is an absolute fact. Shorts do have to cover. AMC has a lot of short interest. GameStop has a lot of short interest. Lots of other small cap, medium cap companies, mid cap companies have large short interest. When those shorts cover, I do think you are going to watch a squeeze again, just like we saw on this historic day, January 28th.
Didn't the SEC report even say that it wasn't a short squeeze? Like, we could just ignore whatever they say, you know, and just listen to these influencers, right? Because they know better. But and they said that there was some effect from short covering, but largely it was because of increased retail buying, essentially. That was for the GameStop. They didn't comment on AMC. So, you know. But, I mean, you know, that's not surprising. That's like Trey to ignore the facts. And when the shorts cover, well, you know, you're in for about the same thing that you have now. Shorts covering while people are buying, while institutions are buying and selling, while people are buying and selling, and shorts are covering, and shorts are also selling. Short selling. So they think that everything's going to pause and all the shorts are going to have to cover and it's going to be a party for everybody. But, I mean, just think about what happens around earnings, right? A company, whatever company, XYZ Corporation, earnings are coming up. And the expectations are the earnings are going to blow the roof off. The earnings are going to be banging. So there's a, you know, little bit of a buying frenzy and the price runs up. And then the earnings come out and they're, you know, better than expected. But they're not, you know, huge, but they're, you know, it's solid earnings. And what happens? The price slams down. Like, we see that happen all the time. It's an example of what I'm talking about. Like, what you expect is known. It is very much known. And so they have a way of using that. The institutions, Wall Street, let's say, Wall Street has a way of using that against retail investors. Because maybe ultimately it is going to go up, but because you thought it was going to go up immediately, they knew that, so they took actions to basically prevent that from happening. It happens all the time. So, and that's just one example. Obviously, it's not exactly the case here, but point is that if you think you know what's going to happen, that's the worst thing you could possibly do, because then you're set in your ways. You are set. You're less likely to change your mind, and you are more likely to get yourself into trouble, so to speak, figuratively speaking. So this confidence, this arrogance, it really is, ignorance, really, if you want to come down to it. I say, better to second guess yourself and be wrong about anything than to have that type of confidence and think and make a foolish decision as a result and get yourself fucked. But I mean, who am I? What do I really know? At the end of the day, I'm just trying to make sense of this too. But this doesn't just apply to the stock market. It applies to a lot of things in life. So this is life lessons with Scott, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, coming up on 8 o'clock here, and it looks like unless anybody got any questions or anything, or I invite all these guys. I've invited all of the influencers to talk to me on the stream, on a video. That nobody responds to me. I invite all of the people that tear me down in the comments, all the stuff that here's this guy. No credentials, no face, and you expect me to believe anything you say. Just a complete stranger who sounds like a crybaby bitch at this point. Just what everyone needed. Scott Allen, the knight in shining armor, here to save the people with advocating critical thinking so they can stop buying AMC. You reek of arrogance. I stopped listening to what you were saying a long time ago. I was only entertaining myself. I hope you did, but that short position must be fat and juicy. Deuces hedgy, Scott Allen. And he said before, this is the thing, he said before that the last reply was the last one that he would leave. So he violated his own, of course, but listen to this, I sound like a crybaby bitch, and I expect you to believe anything you say. No, I don't. But I invited him to come in the stream. Pete, with no avatar, with no picture. And he said, and let's just be honest here. Pete says he's been involved in the market for 20 years. 20 years. So, I mean, if that's true, who knows? Pete's probably 24. Been involved in the market for less than a year. Probably bought into AMC in June. And that was his first play. Who knows? But, I'm not trying to be the knight in shining armor to save people. I mean, I don't care what the fuck people do. I make that very clear. But at least entertain something other than your bullshit assumptions. So I invite people like that, all these people that all they can do is call me a hedgie. That's all they can do. That's all they can do is say that I'm a shill, say that I'm a hedgie, say that I want people to stop buying AMC because I'm being paid to say that. You must be being paid. Why would anybody say this? Well, unlike you, Pete, not everybody is a fucking greedy asshole. That's I guess the long and short of it. Not everybody is. And some people, when they see this fraud, and it is fraud, it's fraud. Trey's fraud. He's a fraudulent voice. I have no doubt. Some people, when they see fraud, they have to stand. They have to say something, because I don't like reading those comments. I don't give a fuck about Pete's comment. I don't. Not those comments. These comments. Honestly, I'm shocked that this is still this potent. But also, it's hard because I do feel sorry for these people in a sense. I do, because I know that they're being misled. There's no question about it. They're being misled by this puppy dog fucking face here. Here's a face, so you can believe him because he shows his face. Okay. Right. But also, it's just the way it is. It's life, People make mistakes. Yes, they do. And some people win and some people lose. More people lose probably than win in this arena. And I get that, but it's kind of like what Chilo 31416 said. The ape community turned on itself by not advocating critical thinking and objectivity. And I don't care who you are, what you say, or how different the apes are, or how different the market is or going to be. This is bad, and it's bad investing, it's bad trading, it's bad logic, it's herd trading, it's hive mind, it's all of these things that make investors lose money. Plain and simple. That's what it is. And it's no coincidence that these guys have made out well. Yet, Trey has the balls. Trey has the, whatever you want to call it. You want to see arrogance? You want to see narcissism? You want to see deception? Trey has those qualities to the degree that he can come out. He can literally come out here on any given day and lie and mislead people. And he knows that people have lost money. He knows how much money people have lost. He has no clue what's happening tomorrow, just as none of us do. And he doesn't consider the facts. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. True, but there is knowledge still. There is understanding that can be had. You can understand how short positions work. You can understand what Ortex really is telling you. You can understand what on-balance volume means. You can understand all these things. And you can make better informed decisions as a result. And the fact that somebody like Pete, doesn't respect that, doesn't think, has been in the market 20 years, supposedly, and doesn't think that that's important at all. I mean, it's no surprise that he's banking on one play then. It's no surprise he believes in this nonsense. But, that's just it. So many of these people haven't been in the market for 20 years. and they don't know, and they're relying on these people. They're relying on Trey and the whoever else at this point. They're relying on them to tell them what's going on. And they've led them astray. They've made them think that the reason they're down in their position is because they've been stolen from. That it's not their fault. And when in reality there couldn't be anything further from the truth. It is their fault and it's Trey's fault. But ultimately, tough love. You're the one with the name on your account. But I also understand that this has gotten to a point where it really is. Trey needs to stop. Trey needs to stop. I said this last weekend. I called on him to stop this. Stop putting out this misinformation. Nobody cares that you bought $100,000 worth of AMC shares. It's about 6,000 shares. It's not going to do fucking shit to the price. It's going to do nothing to the price. You just wasted $100,000 if you did that. It will do nothing to change the price. If he even did it. Which he didn't. He said he was going to. Okay, great. Just like everybody's going to be a millionaire. Trey needs to stop. This has to fucking end. This has to end. This can't go on like this. Like, how long? Well, I guess they say they're going to hold to zero. Where did that come from? Who said that? Why would you think that's going to teach them? That's going to teach them. Yeah, it will. It will teach them a lesson. It'll teach the holders a lesson, not the hedge funds. Chilo says, when the huge wedge broke downwards is when YouTubers dropped the ball and started with the hopium, when they must have realized it was over. Probably, yeah. Yeah, because they kept doing this, right? They kept doing this. They kept saying, oh, look at this. It's going to do this. It's going to pop up now. How many times did Trey and Jackson Hunter and Matt Kors and whoever the fuck else put this shit on here? Like, oh yeah, because I drew some fucking lines, that means it's going to go up. No, doesn't fucking mean it's going to go up. Does not. That's a perfect example of how technical analysis does not predict what's going to happen. What about all those bullish hammers that they talked about? Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Look at all these bullish hammers. Here's one. Oh, yeah. Bullish hammer, Jackson. Right. Okay. No. You can take one daily candle and extrapolate that the price is going to shoot up from that. I mean, maybe there was a time. Maybe there was a time. But you know what? You really think that in the era of electronic market making, high frequency trading, that the market gives a fuck about one daily candle, that somehow is a predictor? Go, like, Jesus. I mean, come on. Like, how could you people know that the market is automated. It's been automated since the 80s, 90s. Largely. Started becoming automated then. But at this point, especially with the market makers and the off-exchange model, it's automatic. So it's just, I think the market will take care of this nonsense, but you're still going to have, it's going to be crazy, because you're still going to have Uncle Rico saying, if they had only, whatever, if they'd only put me in third quarter, we would have taken state. If the SEC had only passed those regulations, if more people had only bought, if people hadn't sold, If the hedge funds were held accountable, you know, and that's the reality, is a transfer of wealth from the experienced to inexperienced. How you know, I don't think, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are going to lose money. That's the reality of it. And they don't care about the price. We don't care about the price. So, okay then, you know. You bought at the top, cool. Going to revert to the mean. Let's just say it does. And that's going to be lower, so you lose money. Cool. Or, you know, I mean, where is that? Where's, you know, I don't know. But yeah, I was going to say, I think you meant inexperienced to experienced. So after I said it, I was like, no, wait a minute though. Okay, yes. And that's the classic thing, is, you know, is that's what it is. And a lot of people say that transfer has already happened in this last year. So it's nothing new really, but what is new is this social media influence and the rise of people like Trey, charlatans who have, I mean, they've always been charlatans, always been snake oil salesmen. I'm not saying that, but it's never been easier for people to find people like Trey.
Before the buy button was, so before the momentum was killed, before
the momentum was killed,
you were stolen from.
You were stolen from. I mean, the nerve on this guy, the fucking nerve on this guy. What an asshole. What a complete fucking asshole. Really no other way to put it. I mean, he's a selfish prick. Now he's trying to make up for it by buying 6,000 shares of AMC. As if that will make any difference. Why don't you put 100% of what you made back into AMC if you believe in it that much? You know? Put your money where your mouth is. Go around giving out $10,000 tips. And, you know, I just saw another comparison what talked about the Tulip Mania, comparing it to meme stocks and crypto and NFTs and all this stuff. And yeah, probably. And I was reading about it a little bit. It's fairly interesting. It didn't really. So the one thing I did learn about Tulip Mania is that it didn't cause a major economic collapse or effect. So, you know, people did lose money. Of course, people got crushed, but overall, on a societal level, in terms of macro, it didn't collapse the system. It didn't have a profound effect on the economic system, on economics at the time. So that's one thing I did learn recently about that. But Model 3, too many of these investors believe that just because they invest in AMC or the market, they are owed a life of wealth that now is crazy. Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, that's just it. Like, a lot of people understand that there are no guarantees in the market. No guarantees in the market. None. Zero. The only guarantee really is that at some point you're going to lose money. You're not guaranteed to make money. If you wanted to, you could lose all of your money tomorrow. You wouldn't even have to really try that hard. But, I mean, one way would be to buy $85 calls on AMC. Buy the highest call options. You'll lose all your money. People do it every month. How many of these people who are pissed off about losing money have made bad call option buys That's something I never thought about. And they are, they think that it's the market's fault that their lottery tickets didn't strike. They didn't, get rich off of their quote unquote lottery tickets because they didn't allow the price to run. Because, yeah, it should obviously be higher than $85. Of course. You shill? Hedgy? But at the end of the day, for example, people who understand how to trade options understand that buying the highest strike out of the money, especially when the implied volatility is through the roof, I'm talking about last summer, is a surefire way to lose all your money. So that's not anybody's fault. Now, maybe Robinhood shouldn't have allowed, or whoever shouldn't have allowed people to trade options if they didn't have experience. But, you're always going to have people that, get more, privileges than they should. You can't do anything about that. And of course they were making money anyway. So hopefully, in an ideal world, people would learn from that. But what has happened now, and this is what Model 3 Dude's hinting at, I think, is that no longer is it your fault because you invested in AMC or you bought AMC call options that lost all their money, all their premium or whatever. Now it's the market's fault. Now you were stolen from, and you deserve a life of wealth. And that's just completely counter to the way it is. And also, that's not really how capitalism works anyway. You want to come right down to it, there's no way. That's just not how it works. So, I think, I had AMC options, and I've told this story before, so I don't get into it too much, but, there was a time when I listened to the AMC influencer. Not that I, strictly speaking, listened to them, but just I heard about this thing and I, wanted to see what it was about. So, threw a couple call options on, and let's just say that I should have taken the profit when, the profit was there, because the profit wasn't there forever. And, it's one of the big regrets, but that's what spurred me to start actually looking into this DD. And then after that, it's not like I lost money. I didn't lose any money. So that's not, it's like I lost my life savings or some shit. But, I lost the profit, at least, some of it. And it's okay. It's all right. It happens. But then I started really looking into this narrative. That's what ultimately led to me, starting to speak out about it, because it's like, okay, well, I'm not like the most experienced trader in the world, but I'm more experienced than a lot of these people, including Trey. So there's that. There's that simple fact that, don't we need some people that have a little bit more experience to kind of check over the work? Doesn't that should mean something? I know, I wish that I wish that there were, more people that were more experienced than me, speaking out or talking about it even. But there's not. But I understand why. Because it's so ridiculous at this point. It really is. But that's what spurred me to learn more about what they were saying. And, that's when I realized that this was a big scam. All right. Now, this is the second video I've seen today about synthetic shares being erased or shares being erased. So I'm gonna watch this video, and then I'm probably gonna end the stream because it's almost 8:30. But I do want to see this because synthetic shares. Come on, guys. Come on. Like, it's like, fake ballots. Fake ballots, guys, right? Fake ballots.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to talk about if the synthetic shares can just be erased, and if they can, will they be erased so the hedgies can escape?
So Lou, so he's using a Lou tweet. All right. Okay.
Stay tuned and let's make some money. And now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So, I've had tons and tons of messages asking me, Tom, can the synthetic shares just be erased and deleted from our accounts? Lou also tweeted something very similar. Lou tweeted saying the only shorts to be covered are the ones on the books. The only synthetic shares to be covered are the ones that people have purchased and are sitting in their portfolios. Once this climbs above $72 a share, no one has any legal recourse because no one is at a loss. Lou says they'll let it run a bit and then suspend it when it gets too high. They'll try and account for what they think are the real shares based upon original buy prices, which all brokerages have. They'll rinse and repeat until it's done, and that will be the end. And then Lou also talked about some potential triggers like the transparency rulings or some huge buy on the lit market. Now, a lot of people are confused by this first paragraph when Lou said the only shorts to be covered,
like Trey's $100,000 buy, maybe? Just kidding.
are the ones on the books or the real shorts. And also, the only synthetic shares to be covered are the ones that people genuinely own. So today I want to talk about whether all shorts will be covered, including synthetic shorts or naked shorts, or whether it's just the legal shorts that will end up being covered and the synthetics somehow erased or deleted. And then I also want to talk about whether you genuinely own your shares or whether your shares are still owned by your brokerage or your trading platform. Now, I'm not getting at Lou here because Lou did follow this tweet up by saying your real shares will be okay and your synthetic shares will also be okay as well. The billions of synthetics used to attack us, as in those synthetic shorts, will just be vaporized. As in those hedge funds will be vaporized, but your synthetic shares will be okay, and you'll still be able to sell those synthetics.
That's convenient.
So I want to start by talking about why your synthetic shares can't just be erased or deleted from your account, and it's because it would be such a massive regulatory and legal nightmare. Don't forget, AMC is being held all over the world in many different countries. It's not just US residents that are holding AMC. There's people from the UK, people in Europe, people in Africa, people in Asia, Australia.
It's a worldwide scam.
Pretty much every single country in the entire world is holding AMC. If the SEC or the DTCC or the Fed or somehow Citadel...
It's bad. It's pretty bad. So, yeah, I mean... This is all predicated on the assumption that there somehow are synthetic shares. And, this really makes no sense because the first one says the only shorts to be covered are the ones on the books. The only synthetic shares to be covered are the ones that people have purchased and are sitting in their portfolios. And there is spelled wrong. So, whatever. So, let's think about this here. Only shorts to be covered are the ones on the books, okay? Borrowed shares. Only synthetic shares to be covered are the ones that people have purchased and are sitting in their portfolios. Okay, well, so that would, the implication is that those came about as a result of naked short selling, right? Naked short, they just sold something that they didn't have into the market. So then logically they would have been purchased by somebody. So the only synthetic shares to be covered are the ones that people have purchased that equals all of them, supposedly. This is hypothetical. like just going off of the assumptions that are here. So yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Once this climbs above $72 a share, no one has any legal recourse because no one is at a loss. No one has any recourse. I guess he's talking about retail investors. So, okay. They will let it run a bit, suspend it when it gets too high. Try and account for what they think are real share based on original buy prices, which all brokerages have. Rinse and repeat until it's all done. That will be the end. Yeah, I don't know. This is like everything else that Lou has said and that he says. There's no basis for any of this. None. Zero. None. It's just a guy talking. And yes, by extension, all that Thomas James does is just talk. He just goes on here and finds the latest post, the most controversial thing, the most ridiculous, ignorant fucking shit that they post, which is everything at this point, and highlight it and talk about how, oh, you're still going to be rich though. And then he followed up with a tweet. Your real shares will be okay. Your synthetics will be okay. The billions of synthetics used to attack us will just be vaporized. But they're not the same synthetics that... There is no synthetics. There are no synthetics. It's ridiculous. That is like QAnon. Okay? If you believe in synthetic shares, you are a member of QAnon. Period. You believe in a conspiracy theory that has no basis in reality. You believe in something that somebody made up to mislead you. Period. And these guys, Thomas James, Lou, Trey, they are the ones misleading. Whether they have the common sense to know that this is ridiculous, whether they don't, whether they know it, whether they don't know it, they're still choosing to make money off of it by promoting it as if it were true. And then that's really unforgivable, especially once this thing is done. And, I don't know, man. That's just ridiculous. So, like, the synthetics, your synthetics will be okay, but the billions of synthetics used to attack us will just be vaporized. Well, yeah, because if you don't understand how shorting works, if you don't understand what fucking Ortex returned shares means, if you've never taken the time to learn that, then yeah, you're probably susceptible to believing this bullshit. You probably are. But there's no excuse after a whole year. There's no excuse anymore. None. So, people are still believing. People are still believing somehow that they are holding synthetic shares in their account and that they'll be able to keep them, but somehow the billions used to attack us will just be vaporized. Okay? But that doesn't make sense because you're saying that they'll have to buy them back, but then they'll just be vaporized. So I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. There's no basis for this in reality. Those that are holding from higher levels will sell as soon as they are made whole at the higher levels. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. But, it's not going to happen. Sorry, it's not going to happen. You missed your chance. You missed your chance. That's based on what I see. That's based on the fact that this doesn't make any sense. There's no basis for this in reality. People want to look at SEC regulations. They want to look at federal law. They want to look at FINRA. They want to look at all these things that are in black and white. This is not in black and white. This is just something that somebody made up. Low hundreds. Because they don't understand how short selling works. They don't understand that short sellers don't short positions and hold them in a short position for a whole fucking year. People think that these short positions have been held for that long. That they held them, literally held them through these run-ups and downs. No, that's not how it works. Not how it works. And when I point it out, I get called a shill. I get called a hedgy. I get called, every fucking name in the book. I don't care. Doesn't matter. All it demonstrates is that they can't accept what I'm saying. They can't give it any credence because they have dedicated their whole thought process to what they already believe to be true. But it's getting to the point where literally, think about it. They're talking about fake shares. No, it can't be that this is a shit company that is in the fucking toilet. It can't be that. No. It has to be some dishonest players. It has to be criminal. It has to be manipulation. It has to be fake shares. Like those ballots were fake. Biden didn't get elected. Are you kidding me? He didn't get elected. Well, but Fox News says that they did. Well, I think they're wrong in this case. I think, that there are people that literally say that shit. So, show me some evidence. Lou tweets are not evidence. There's no evidence for it. The only evidence is that the AMC price is $15.06. That's what it closed at on Friday. And this matters because that's the price. So, the price doesn't matter is nonsense. The price does matter. That's all you have is the price. Speaking of which, can't stand those 1 minute charts. There we go. Better. Full sideways. Yeah. Anyway, just be smart, I don't understand why people aren't questioning this. I don't understand why more people aren't questioning this. It makes no sense. I guess if you have no knowledge whatsoever of the market and you think that Wall Street is corrupt and you think that they can do whatever they want and they can literally, violate a law like, naked shorting is already illegal, but they can just do it anyway. And nobody, after a whole year, they'll just continue to do it. You really should not be in the market. It requires a little bit more critical thinking than that to be profitable in the stock market. I'm sorry, it does. If any idiot could become a millionaire, do you think we'd be where we're at now? Do you think our society would be where it's at now? If anybody could create a channel and say this shit and say you're going to be rich, and it was true. Matt Stoner, the actor. He's an actor. He's got a demo reel. It's on YouTube. He's an actor. He's 100% an actor. All these guys are, really. But, he's legitimately is an actor. Okay. I think that's going to be all. I don't think I can take much more of this tonight. It's just, I'm scared about what could happen. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little frightened about what is going to happen when this stock does not squeeze. And for anybody who's wondering If I'm saying that the AMC is not going to squeeze, yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I don't want there to be any confusion. That's what I'm saying. But even months ago, there were people who were talking about marching on Wall Street, storming the stock market. There were people flying drones outside Citadel's headquarters. And the NFT and the popcorn, I think, did they think that would appease the AMC apes? I don't know. I mean, that's silly, but let's see. Now, Jeff Forbes, he used to be fairly objective about this stuff, about AMC. He used to be more objective. I just hope that there isn't another January 6th type thing. That's, I hope that, and I don't want to see people harm themselves. And protesting doesn't do shit. Like, let's be honest. Protesting is useless. Like, the way to overcome it, in my opinion, would be to admit the reality of it and pledge that you'll never do this again, and say, you know what, I'm going to beat him I'm not going to try to fight them. I'm just going to try to make as much money as I can off of them. I'm going to, learn how to make money and take money out of the market now, this time. But like I said, not everybody, it's the reality, not everybody is cut out for it. I mean, I'm not saying that I am or that I'm special, but the fact that, Billy Bob next door owns AMC shares and thinks he's going to, get rich off of it, that's a sign that, no, you're probably not. And that, no. Occupy AMC. I get behind that. I mean, hell, the Ape Father already did that. He already did that, practically. He already did that. Let's do that. Let's go out on a funny note. Where is it? I don't even know how I'm going to find this, because he's inside a theater. Not that one where he's stuffing his face. Gross. He and Lou are like similarly shaped. They have similar, I don't know, they don't look that different really. Where is it? Damn it. Did he take it down? I can just look on his page, I guess. Yeah, fighting Wall Street, part of the scam. Of course it is, yeah. Because, they got to get, they have to be told how, how much they've been stolen from. And yada, 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 yada. And we have to, fight it and blah, blah, blah. And it's just not, this is just ridiculous. Let's see. Ape Father in his happy place, stuff in his face. Oh, it was a while ago. I mean, it was a couple months ago, a few months back. I gotta see it though, because it was funny. God, so many videos of him eating. I'll find it. God, so many fucking videos. Oh my god. I have to find it now. It's just I'm not gonna give up until I do. Come on, computer. Ah. Did it have awareness in the title? Maybe I can't. Maybe I can't find it. Maybe he took it down. He has awareness in a lot of his titles. No. I'll have to find that for next time, I guess. Damn it. I think it had protest in it. It's when he's in he's in an AMC theater and he yells. He yells. But I can't. I don't know. I can tell by the thumbnail, but think of how would he title it? That's just hard to think of. Maybe this is it. But I don't think it's, I didn't think it had his family.
This video is not financial advice.
But maybe it'll work.
Financial planner.
Maybe it'll work.
For entertainment purposes only. The one, the only Ape Father in the house, baby. Wow! Ape Father in the AMC movie theater, Brick, New Jersey, baby. We're seeing with the family, Free Guy. So listen, like I said before, all the apes got to support the AMC movie theaters, baby. I'm planning on coming here every weekend with my family. I suggest all.
That's not it. What do we got here? Manual, sent this. Is this it? That's it. That's it. That's it. Thank you.
I'm gonna scare everybody in the movie theater.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. That's it.
I'm gonna scare everybody in the movie theater. You can't kill Michael Myers! It's impossible! But what you can do is buy AMC stock. Millions coming, baby. AMC stock. You want to be a millionaire? AMC, I'm an ape. They call me the ape father, baby. You can't kill Michael Myers, but you can become a multi-millionaire, baby. AMC in the house. Wow! Everybody in the movie theater. You can't kill Michael Myers! It's impossible! But what you can do is buy AMC stock. Millions coming, baby. AMC stock. You want to be a millionaire? AMC, I'm an ape. They call me the ape father, baby. You can't kill Michael Myers, but you can become a multi-millionaire, baby. AMC in the house. Wow!
This is what, this is...
I'm gonna scare everybody in the movie theater.
All right, guys.
You can't kill Michael Myers! It's impossible! But what you can do is buy AMC stock. Millions.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
AMC stock. You want to be a millionaire? AMC, I'm an ape. They call me the ape father, baby. You can't
call me the ape
Michael
father.
Myers, but you can become a multi-millionaire, baby. AMC in the house.
All right, guys. Catch you later.
I'm gonna scare everybody in the movie theater. You can't kill Michael Myers! It's impossible! But what you can do is buy AMC stock. Millions coming, baby. AMC stock. You want to be a millionaire? AMC, I'm an ape. They call me the ape father, baby. You can't kill Michael Myers, but you can become a multi-millionaire, baby. AMC in the house.